Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today we're going to do, basically this is going to be like an all-in-one video. This is going to count as my Dare to Defy 3 run, plus my Shinryu run, because you can't Cam Machina combo it anyways, so I already did my Dare to Defy run. This is the team that I beat it with, so I'm just going to do the exact same team, but I'm doing it on the regular Shinryu, so I can get all the clear bonuses for that as well. Now, when I initially did my run, I did it off camera, but I was really confused because the boss was taking ones a lot. So I thought they were just really tanky, and then I brought in defense ignore, and they were still taking ones. And when I looked at the boss info, I didn't really see anything in here that talked about damage reduction or anything like that. But then it was brought to my attention, if you look at the force effect, they basically resist everything that isn't non-elemental or holy. So if you use any type of elements on him, he's going to brave reduce you down to 1. And so the problem was I was bringing Kurasame Call in, and I was ice enchanting and hitting for ones. And then I was also using a character that does elemental damage, so they're always hitting ones. So it's good to understand that. Now, the other thing with these bosses, just to give you guys an overview, they really took Cam out of the game here because you can't launch them. And they can't, you can't paralyze them. You can't use any effects that would delay their turns. You can't push them back. You can't even break. Like from breaks, they don't even go back. They can't be delayed in any ways. They can't lose their turn in any ways. So yeah, they really wanted to take Cam out here. So what I'm going to do for this run, I am going to do this same run. Now, Leila does do elemental damage, but she does not enchant the party. So she herself will be hitting for ones a lot, which is fine. I'll actually probably use her HP plus here and there because I think that would be non-elemental and should be fine because I don't think she actually enchants herself. It's just all of her attacks have lightning on them. And then Terra's non-elemental and Kain's non-elemental. So let's go ahead and hop in. This should be a pretty smooth run here now that I've actually done it. I'm going to use no friend unit because in Dare to Defy you would have no friend unit, and then also for the Shinryu then I should get all the bonuses, right? So let's go ahead and hop in. And it definitely helps when I actually look at both pages of the boss guide. I'll have to remember that going forward because I think they do these elemental lockouts more, so I'll have to pay attention to that so you're not just blasting in with like a Kurasame Call and then hitting for ones, right? Okay, so Leila here, the big thing, the reason why I'm bringing Leila to this, even though she's doing only ones for damage, is basically her tanking. These bosses are very aggressive. They have to get turns. Because of the way that they can't be delayed in any way. So I think someone like Auron would do really well here. I've seen lots of clears with Auron. But I like Leila because she's just going to keep pulling my team up. And then I'm just going to let Kain and Terra do all the damage, right? So Kain, what I'm going to do is, sure, let's go ahead and jump and just like to break them both. Okay. Dude, in like, Kain's 35 does a lot of damage. He just like flicks that spear out there for like over 1 million. It's crazy how much damage he does. Alright, so Leila has not... So basically all I need to do with Leila here is we're just managing her overhead buff and her LD buff. So I basically just don't ever let those run out, and then it really doesn't matter what she does. So here, I could HP attack. Yeah, her HP attack is going to be a better damaging move than most of her other things. I think just off of Brave Gauge, she might do a little bit more damage with some of them, but like, I'm going to be doing HP attacks with her quite a bit, probably. Terra, I don't really feel the need to go into Chaos Wave or anything crazy yet. What I might do, though... Sure, I'll put her burst effect up right away. The thing that I do have to be very careful with here, Leila can kind of mess up Terra's force time a little bit. So that's the one thing I have to manage, because you can lose a lot of damage if Leila pops up during Terra's force time. And so the issue that'll happen is, like, if I use Terra's force time and I do Chaos Wave to give Terra a bunch of turns, what sometimes will happen is these enemies at certain thresholds will jump cut turns. And then what happens is they attack Leila, she misses, or she dodges, she pulls everyone up, including herself, and then she steals a turn out of Terra. And that's really bad during her force time. Because just mismanaging that a little bit can cause you to have to do a ton of turns to make up that damage. So, the reason why I brought Kain, I did do an original run with just Terra, and then I don't remember who I had in Kain's spot. I think I had Cisne or something. But... I realized I needed 2 force characters just in case. Now, my last run that I did, let me see, I think all of my buffs are good here. I'll do a Thunder and just see how much damage it does. But I'm pretty sure her HP plus is going to do more damage because she's just dealing ones. Yeah, the HP plus is actually better. Alright, so Kain. I'll just let Kain maybe now. Well, actually, we can do Kain's burst effect. Sure, let's get Kain's burst effect up. Um, so yeah, in one of my first runs that I attempted, I got pretty close. I got him down to like 20%, but I'd used 2 Terra force times, and without any force times left, even that last 20%, I just burnt out. Like I didn't have enough. They have so much HP, right? So you really need to burst them down with force times. So having Kain just gives me an option to do up to 4 force times if I need to, because I can definitely outlast the bosses. Like they won't kill me with Leila. Like I'm totally safe here. So it's just a matter of getting enough damage in. So that's kind of my buffer here. If Leila messes up one of Terra's force times, then the plan is I can use a Kain force time as a backup if I need to. Terra, I'm not going to use Chaos Wave until I get Kain up in the air. So let's go ahead and just do Magic Meltdown here. And I'll probably wait until like kind of before the first force time, before I start putting a bunch of calls and stuff on. And then make sure I don't have any elemental enchants. That was bad when I did that on my first run. But we're learning. We're figuring things out here. So yep, dodge, bring us up. Leila is just so good. Even doing ones in this fight, she is still so good in this fight. Okay, yeah, so Leila, let me see. It's her swash, or her storm surge is at 3. I'm just going to use her LD, because her LD is going to put, well, we'll use her AA first. But her LD is going to put that sucker up to like 12 turns. And then I just won't have to worry about the LD effect for a while. And then I'll just manage her 35 CP buff. And that's really all I need to do right now. Kain's close enough that I'm just going to let him kind of naturally get into his double jump. So we'll just do one of those. Look at that though. Just flicks a sphere out there. 1.5 mil. Like Kain is ridiculously powerful. He is so strong. Like, I know everyone uses him for being up in the air, but on the ground, he does a lot of damage, too. Like, he's very, very good. Definitely like Kain. Alright, counterattack order here. Yep. Okay. So the one thing that was a bummer on my Dare to Defy was I did use up 2 force characters. So I think I've got this fight down, though, enough where I could definitely get it done without Kain. So if I need to unlock Kain for another Dare to Defy, I'll definitely do that. But I'm planning to keep pulling for the new force characters, so I should be okay. Alright, we have to refresh Leila, so we're going to use her 35. That's the big thing. We got to keep that overhead going, right? So this is going to reset it back to 6. She's doing, like, no damage, but that's fine. Alright, so Kain, yeah, let's get Kain up in the air, and then we'll let Terra do a little Chaos Wave run here. Let Terra spam some turns. It should help get our gauge up a little bit, too. So sure, yeah, let's Chaos Wave here for a little minute. Oh, the one thing I do want to point out, so I did have a mistake on my Terra character guide. So Terra's FR is an instant turn, and in my character guide, I didn't think it was, or I wasn't sure. So I did Chaos Wave and then went into the Force, when in reality, you can just go into the Force. The reason why I was confused about that was, as I'm doing my guides, and I'm very familiar with Terra, right? The FR is the only thing new. So when I'm looking up new information, I'm using the Tonberry Troop guides. And normally in the guides, it literally will say the words instant turn rate in the description. But for this one, they changed the way that they did it. They used a symbol instead, and I didn't realize that that symbol meant instant turn. So I was just misreading the Tonberry Troop guide there, so that's totally my bad on that. So now I know what to look for in the future now that they're going to use that symbol on there. So yeah, Terra, and to me it does make sense that her FR would be instant turn. I was actually kind of surprised when I thought it wasn't. I was kind of surprised because that didn't really make sense. So yeah, her FR is instant turn. So you're free to just pop the FR and then go into Chaos Wave directly after. And then you're good to go. Or you could go into Burst and then Chaos Wave, whatever you want to do. You should be fine there. Okay. Let's go ahead and just, we're still on free turns here. Magic Meltdown. So what's most likely going to happen, the last time I did this run, is by the time my first force gauge is done, the enemies will be at like 40 to 50%. And then the second force time will just about kill them. And then we'll just kind of finish them off. As long as it goes like my last run, right? So my unrecorded run, we'll see. But I'm pretty sure we'll be good here. But anytime I get an excuse to bring out Leila, like, I'm happy. Like, Leila's so good. She's like a little bit older at this point, doesn't have force enhancements, no force weapon, nothing like that, and she still does her job well. She's even hitting for ones in this video, and she's honestly kind of like the MVP, just bringing my team up all the time. It's very good. Let's go with dual cast, because it's free. Okay. And then Kain's dropping spheres. Yup. Okay. And then we'll Riot Blade. The one bad thing is, as the enemy's force gauge moves up, they are lowering my max brave, so it does kind of hinder my damage a little bit. But usually I'm fine just going into my first force. And then what I'll do is, before I go into the second force, I'll let them kind of eat up their force time and get them back to kind of 0, and then I'll take a fresh force time with no max brave reductions. So Leila here is good on everything. Honestly, I'm just going to HP plus. I'm just going to HP plus. She's doing way more damage on her HP plus there. Okay. Terra, sure, dual cast. We'll take them free attacks anytime they want to give them. Alright, and then I think I'll just do a normal action with Terra here. And then, yeah, all my stacks and everything are good. Let's do a normal action. We'll let Kain jump down. And then we'll let Kain take some normal actions. And then basically I'll set up Kain to be up in the air again when Terra gets her force time up. Okay, yeah, we'll do the EX. Now, they can't be launched, so we're kind of wasting that a little bit. Oh yeah, that's what my first run was that was not successful. I had Ramza instead of Kain, just because I wanted the support. But Ramza does, like, he loses a lot of his effects from these bosses, because Ramza delays and he launches, and he can't do either of those to these bosses. So, Ramza I just had for the auras, and he was fine. I think if I had another FR phase, I would have made it. But that was me, like, not understanding why I was hitting ones and stuff. Like, I had periods where Terra was hitting ones because I had Kurasame call on. Like, it was a pretty rough run, but that was just me, like, experimenting and going in kind of blind. But now that I understand the fight a little bit more, this, once again, should be a lot smoother. We're going to do Magic Meteor so I can Brave Shave here. Okay. We're getting pretty close to our force time. Kain will just, it's a little early to get him up in the air, so let's just, we'll do an AA. And then we'll flick a spear at him. We'll just do this. Take your 1.5 mil. Alright, it's only 1 mil now because of the max brave reductions. Yeah, actually, I could have gotten him up in the air. Look at our gauge now. Shoot. Okay. Let's go with... my buffs and everything are good. So, well, her AA is about to run out, so let's put her AA up again. Just because I'm about to go... Yeah, so now we're ready for force time. Man, that's unfortunate. I should have had Kain up earlier. That's okay, though. Everything's good on Leila, so we'll just HP plus here. Alright, so Terra we're not going to FR yet because I need Kain up in the air first. And then we'll start putting calls on as well. Okay, so Terra, unfortunate, we've got to use her AA. Well, that's not unfortunate. We'll use her AA because it does give some buffs as well. That'll get my Esper stacks up. And then we'll go ahead and let's do a Magic Meltdown here. Sure. Alright, and then we got to get Kain up in the air. Now they should... Oh no, that's right. At 79 they don't start jump cutting turns yet. So that's good. So... Oh yeah, let's get this on. Start getting some call debuffs on. Okay. Okay, and then let's go ahead and... I mean, Kain's at 3, which is unfortunate, but we'll use Rising Dive anyways. Alright, let's get you up in the air. And like I said, I know the damage will be hindered a little bit, but I think if I force cancel them, it might actually make my Brave go back to normal. We'll double check that, because Terra should force cancel here. And then maybe that'll reset that max. Yeah, look at the max Brave is so low right now. We're going to refresh this just to make sure we've got it. Also, guys, make sure you don't bring an elemental summon in unless it's holy. So, like, Bahamut's a good one, it's just non-elemental. But yeah, you have to be careful with the elemental stuff with this fight. Okay, so now Terra's up. So now, let's go ahead and let's put this on. Okay. And then let's go into force time. Because I know it freezes the gauge, I just don't know if it actually cancels the effect. If it cancels the effect, that'll be good, because I need my max brave back. Look at Leila, max brave 6,000. Okay. It looks like it didn't even cancel the gauge. Okay, great. I thought their force gauge was canceled by non-element. Hold on. Entering force time while dealing magic brave damage with force ability and inflicting a debuff. Oh, did I not inflict a debuff because they're full? I thought I canceled force time. All right, whatever. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to start with Chaos Wave. Okay, yep, we got 55% from that. Then we're going to do one of her attacks here, which would inflict a debuff. Okay. Alright, I'm going to do one more attack. Actually, we'll do the EX here. Alright, and then we're actually going to go into Terra's Burst. Because the bad part is if they jump cut turns here, we don't want that, right? So we should be good. Alright, let's go into Burst Phase. Alright, and we're still on free turns right now. So, yep, let's go ahead and just keep popping these. Still doing good damage. Even with the brave reductions or whatever, like, we're still doing good enough damage here. We're going to still do a lot of damage to these guys. Magic Meteor, sure. Okay. Alright, now we got to get free turns back, so let's Chaos Wave again. And then basically I want to make sure my second to last move that I do her force attack again. Kain just dropping spears, doing his thing up there. Yep, let's Magic Meltdown again, that's fine. Alright, and then I'm going to do an EX, and then I'm going to do a force attack. Okay, so let's drop the EX. Oh yeah, 4 mil shot there. Very good. Yep, this is just fine. Like I said, I expect to get them into that 40 to 50% range here. And then we'll be good. Yeah, let's do this. And then the timing worked out perfect, because now on the very last turn at the highest gauge, we're going to have her burst attack, which is exactly what I wanted. Oh, wow, 8 mil AoE on that. Holy buckets. That was some good damage there. Yeah, that bursted them down quite a bit. And then this Trance Ultima, this is going to be single target, so the left enemy is going to have a lot less health here. So 640% isn't bad on the gauge for Terra. Like, that's not bad at all. Like, I talked about this in my character guide, but she's basically like a... she's basically like a magic version of Tidus. So yeah, we did, what, a 53 mil burst phase there. That's fine. Alright, now they're going to start doing their cuts, which is fine. Because guess what? We got Leila, and Leila's just going to jump us back up, and we're good to go, right? Yeah, look at all the turns they're trying to take in a row, and Leila just says, nah, we'll take our turns back. That's why she's so good. Like, she's very good against this fight. And now what I'm going to do, because the enemies are pretty close to their force time, now we'll just Raijin prod them. So that they can't even HP damage us when they are doing their nasty force time stuff. Okay, and then all my buffs are good, so honestly I just kind of want to HP attack with her. We'll just do Thunder just because, I guess, but it's going to do like no damage. Look at those single digits popping out. Woof. Nice. Alright, so yeah, we just need them now to eat up their force time and get through it. The bad part about Leila is it actually does take them a while to get through their force time, because every time they take one turn, we get 3. So it does take them a hot minute to get through their force time. But look at it, we're only on turn 11. Like, this is a pretty turn efficient kind of run here. I'm sure Magic Meteor's fine. But yeah, and the nice thing is we're kind of building up our force gauge now towards their second force time. And then we just need them to, like, eat through their force time, you know, and get that done. All right, so Kain. I'm not going to lie. I kind of want Kain up in the air. But what's going to happen is we're going to jump cut turns, and he's not going to be in the air very long. So Leila does anti-synergize with Kain a little bit, but it's working fine for this run, for sure. Sure, let's do this. So then what I'll probably do is I'll combo my second force time with a summon, and we'll probably just finish them off. Shouldn't be too bad. And I should have them done with all of, like, their cutting and stuff by then, hopefully. I think if I get the other guy... Well, I probably won't get the other enemy down to 29%, actually, because they're pretty tanky. Alright. Sure, we can just do this for fun. It won't do any damage, but whatever. Yeah, look at all that weakness damage, baby. Okay, so Terra... I'm definitely going to save my Chaos Waves for my second force. So we'll just Magic Meltdown here. But yeah, look at just the millions of turns. That's why, like, Oron, like, you need some type of tank here, I feel like. Some type of mitigation. Otherwise, they could just beat you up really quick. Yeah, I don't think I need to get in the air here. Let's go ahead and just chuck a spear at him. Yeah, only 700k, and that's because of all the reductions right now. But they're just going to keep targeting Leila. She's going to keep dodging. We're going to keep getting turns. So, and this is actually good because when we keep stealing turns, we're actually building up our force gauge before theirs ends. So then our force gauge is going to be pretty high by the time they get out. Leila, I think I'm actually ready to just do an HP attack with her, sure. At least we're Brave Shaving. Yeah, she actually Brave Shaves, like, pretty decent with that HP attack. Let's jump to Brave Shave. And then the enemies are kind of wearing through their buffs too, which is good. Alright, so Terra, we have to use her second AA here. Our Esper stacks are running pretty low. Let's Meteor. Really focusing on that right enemy. What's probably going to happen is when that right enemy, if he goes to 29% during our force time, he's going to jump cut turns and Leila's going to have to take an ugly turn, but... that's fine. Well, I mean, they're below 30% at this point, so we're going to have plenty of time to get our damage in. I'm just going to be really safe and refresh this early. I just don't want to run out. I'll probably do our LD next turn, just because I know I've got plenty of turns now. Like, I know I've got them dead here. Kain, he's almost ready to just naturally jump up in the air. We'll go ahead and do that. Alright, and then Terra. Sure, let's do this. Yep, dodge. Hey, guess what? We're coming up again. We're taking another turn here, guys. Alright, Leila, yeah, we'll just use her LD to make sure that's upkept. Sure, let's do this other Raijin Fist here. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright, Kain. Sure, I mean, we'll put Kain up in the air for free. We'll take some free lances. There's honestly a part of me that wants the Chaos Wave and take a bunch of turns to build up our force gauge, but I'm not going to do that. I want to have it... Well, I don't know, maybe. Would that not be the worst idea? I'm going to have my second force attack. Nah, let's just attack here. I probably should have. Like, I would have plenty of damage. I would have had plenty of damage. I could have just maybe rushed into it a little bit. That's okay. We'll let them finish their force here. Hey, guess what? We're all coming up again. Alright, now, Max Brave is back in order, so that is good. Let's put Leila's AA on. And then our gauge should start building up pretty quick as we get a little bit deeper here. Sure, I'll do lightning turn for no damage. That sounds good. EX for no damage. Fantastic. But Kain does have damage, which is good. Yep, Riot Blade looks good here. We got to refresh our Esper stacks. Very good. Very good, very good. Let's EX. Very good. Let's chuck a spear in your face. There we go, 1.1 mil. Alright, hey, I guess we'll take some more turns, sure. Oh my god, they did HP damage. Wait, we just healed it back. Leila's so good. Okay, I guess I'll just upkeep her overhead. Nah, I'll do an HP attack here. Her overhead's fine. HP attack. Alright, so we did get the other enemy below 29%, which is good. So, let's dual cast. I think I might... Oh no, Kain's not up in the air, is he? Or is he? Oh, Kain is? No, he's not. Okay. So yeah, we need to get Kain. So I'm going to get Kain up in the air on this next turn here. So let's go ahead and do this. Yep. Alright, we got to get Kain airborne quick here. Kain's going to do his LD. And then we're going to get him... Actually, let's do his AA as well. Okay, and then do I have any calls I need to pop here? Sure, we'll put a whip kick on. Okay. And then we are going to hop up in the air. There we go. And then Leila's going to steal a turn here. Yep. Alright, and then we're going to finish them off with this last force time. And that should be it. Leila, yeah, we'll just do this to make sure we got that up. But I don't think they're going to jump cut turns anymore, so I think now I'm free with Terra to just do my thing with just spamming Chaos Waves at this point. So technically I got to do an action, so I guess we'll have to Chaos Wave early here. Just because I want to get Terra to 100. And the enemies don't have buffs on, so this is really good. Alright, now we'll force time right away. Yep. And then now we just ride Terra to the finish line here. So not a bad run, especially running an elemental character that's doing 1 damage. But Leila does what she does so well. Just dodging and bringing the team up. Just basically not giving the enemies a chance to do what... Because the strategy of the enemy is they're going to take 500 turns and just try to beat you down. And Leila just shuts it down. It's so nice. Okay, so now I am already on free turn. So let's go ahead and just start spamming here. And then I've got another Chaos Wave to back it up. I've got a Summon to back it up. Let's do the Riot Blade, sure. Alright, now I'm just going to pop this Summon just to get it going. Because then I can actually just spam Riot Blades during the free turns. Or at least for a couple of them. You know, while I've got that Bahamut buff up. Nice, nice. Okay, so now I'm off of free turns. So now we got a Chaos Wave again. And then we'll get some more EX shenanigans going. But yeah, these guys are toast now. They are totally done skis here. 700k AoEs from Kain. We're looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, we're going to spam Riot Blade. Forget the other moves. Look at that. 2.7 mil. Okay. Alright, so Terra's buff ran out, so now we have to do the other attack. So sure, let's Magic Meltdown. And we are melting these guys away. So they are going to be done by the end of this force time for sure. Meltdown again. 2.8 mil. This next attack might finish him off here, actually. Probably will. We're going to melt down the left enemy, and that should be all she wrote there. Let's see. And this is what, 18 turns? Not that bad. Okay. Well, is he going to die here? Yep, he dies right there. So there you go, guys. There's pretty easy clear. You just have to understand the mechanics a little bit. I actually beat this not understanding the elemental resist. Like, I did a run off camera. I didn't understand why I was hitting ones, and I still beat it. So it's definitely doable. You just have to have some type of tank or mitigation. So there's a nice little 18 turn clear for y'all. So anyways, let me know what kind of teams you're using. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.